Rice paddies, forests, grassland, and irrigated wetlands coexist with people and a diversity of birds, insects, and plants. In Japanese, there is a name for this place: Satoyama. 40% of Japan is considered Satoyama, an important source of food and forest products. In addition to its ecological significance, Satoyama provides a range of economic, cultural, spiritual, and aesthetic services for human well-being. Unfortunately, Satoyama is rapidly disappearing, eaten up by housing development. In other areas, it is simply melting away as the younger generation migrate to the cities and the elderly are left behind. Anne MacDonald from the United Nations University is a Satoyama expert. She is analyzing the current situation and working with others to propose solutions.
I came to Japan for the first time about 26 years ago. And then I became interested in folklore and collecting people's oral history. I was really interested in social change, and I wanted to look at it from a food production community perspective.
She works both with local people and researchers to gather information, so she will have a story founded in scientific evidence. She can bring that to the policymakers so that they can implement effective policies. New policies may help conserve Satoyama and encourage its proper management.
Hanakura area, Noto Peninsula, it's a perfect example of an area that for centuries the community is living within them in a sustainable manner. However, now with these post-World War II social changes and economic changes, and you have urbanization and depopulation of these areas, you also are facing an underuse of and undermanagement of these ecosystems. So what we're trying to look at specifically in Noto Peninsula and the Hokushinetsu area is what happens to ecosystems that are underused.
Wajima City in Noto Peninsula is famous for its local morning market, where people come and buy local vegetables and seafood. Talking with locals here, you can sense some of the difficulties the aging farmers face.
お米作ってから田んぼ売ってもらわんならんし、あんたなんかもしにならんだろ。周りの草も刈らにゃならんし、あんたこんだけ年減ったらそれできんがいに。だからやめたの。もうやめるがじゃないかね。私が知る間はしとるけど、自分だけじゃできないね。
In 2007, the number of farmers in Japan was about 3.1 million, 59% of which were over 65 years old. As in Wajima, depopulation of the countryside and an aging population of farmers are seen all over Japan. And they are part of the reasons why Japan's food self-sufficiency rate dropped so drastically. It was 73% in 1965. Today, it's only 39%. Japan heavily depends on imported food, which many see as a cause for great concern. Can this trend be reversed? Mr. Shibano is a dairy farmer, a forester, and a community leader. He works with a group of people in Kanokura to improve the farming community and make Satoyama more attractive places for the younger generation.
やはり一番大事な魅力ある職業にするって言って、そうだけどなかなか後継者も育ちませんしね。それとやっぱりついて回るのは収入も保障される、そういうのを今模索している最中で自分でもまだ。
Though many farmers are trying to find ways to maintain the Satoyama style of farming, Japan cannot rely on their efforts alone. Traditional farming practices require more people to work in the field. People cannot be replaced with machines. Perhaps Japan needs to develop policies which can encourage people to take up farming. There's also need to increase consumers' support to buy and eat locally grown food. For Satoyama to continue to exist, Japan needs people to live and work there.
Perhaps some of the answers to the future are in the past. And when you look back at the past, what are some of the hints for the future of creating a sustainable society? Japan is looking to Satoyama. That these are traditional rural landscapes where you had a human-managed ecosystem and people understood that natural resources are limited, and if you overexploit them or perhaps underuse them, then you actually are responsible for a degradation of that environment. And it's up to human society to use them in a sustainable manner. That's what Satoyama, I think, holds. And when people are looking at the questions and the challenges of creating a sustainable society for the future, or for the present and the future, they're saying, hey, maybe Satoyama, maybe we had some of those answers in the past.